Kiss.
Five, six, seven, eight. Hello. Welcome to the Odyssey Unscripted podcast. My name is Ian, and I am joined by my lovely co-host today.
This is Nat.
And I'm Athena.
And we are so very excited to be doing this right now. We have been talking about it literally all day. Like, I have not been able to stop thinking about it. So, basically, the Odyssey Unscripted podcast was an idea that had kind of come... Well, actually, if you'll allow me to anecdote, I was sitting in the dressing room when we were performing at Tuacahn. And when we were there, it was Carson and I, we were sitting there. And I actually found the video. You're sitting in your Gomez costume. And I'm like in my Scarecrow costume. And I did a quadruple turn in my boots. And then I stopped and I posed. And then I think after I paused that, I was like, wait a minute. Odyssey podcast concept idea. And then I immediately found Lily and I was like, we need to make this happen. And here we are. And the basis of the Odyssey Unscripted podcast is essentially we want to give you guys an idea of what it's like to be behind the scenes as an Odyssey company member. There is so much that you don't see other than what we do on stage. And I feel like this is a great opportunity not only for other people to kind of get an idea of what this job is like, our audience, our fans, our, you know, whatever we have at our shows, but also just providing a space for other dancers to become familiar with what the industry is like, because I wouldn't say that I'm like an industry professional. I wouldn't go that far. But at the same time, like, we have done a lot of things since being Odyssey members that I feel like constitutes us in a way that allows us to
100%.
become somewhat knowledgeable of what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So, right. We've definitely gone through it.
We've seen some things.
We have, but that's what makes us stronger and better professionals. You know what I mean? So that's essentially what we're kind of here to do today. And this first episode, our first installment, our opening night, as you mentioned earlier, our goal here is to kind of give you an idea of where we're heading with this, give you an introduction as to who we are, so you can get to know what our vibe is. And then we want to call this episode, I mean, if Lily, you'll allow me to divulge into this, the first day of rehearsal. That's kind of what our goal is with all of this. So, like I said in the beginning, my name is Ian, and we're going to do a little bit of an intro. But I'm not going to go first. I want someone else to go first. Who would like to go first?
I think Athena should, because she became prepared.
I was going to volunteer, but okay.
Okay, perfect. Give it up for Athena, everyone.
Well, my name is Athena, and I'm 21 years old. I was born on November 15th, 2004, if you care about that.
And what's your social secret? Yeah.
So that's 567.
5678.
I'm from Pensacola, Florida, very long ways away from Utah. But I've been dancing since I was 4, so that makes this like 17 years, I think, which is like insane. But I mean, it's always been dance for me. Like, there's no other option. It's just dance, dance, dance. It's just been my whole entire life. And yeah, Odyssey's like my first professional like contract. I've never done anything else. I've assisted and I've worked for conventions and stuff like that. But as far as like performing goes, this is like my first step into the world. And I think it's a really, really great like first gig. And like it's a great way to like understand the industry and like what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
And just and it's also very what's the word I'm looking for? It's like it's consistent. Consistency. It's consistent. That's the word I'm looking for. So it's like a nice like way to transition into that and like also have some kind of like literally like a full-time job, but also like getting to perform in the midst of all that and making so many great connections with so many great people. So that's really amazing.
And didn't you come straight out of high school, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I graduated in 2023 and then started at the end of 2024. So, yeah.
I think that's awesome because, like, going right out of high school into a very professional setting
Yeah.
is like very telling.
I know. I had
Very
great, like,
very
I had
impressive.
a really good mentor and like people who just like prepared me for that and like a really good support system. So,
Shout out Candace.
Shout out
What up, shout out
Candace.
Candace.
anyways, that's me.
Yeah, love it, love it. Okay, Natalia. Sorry, your name is Natalie.
You can call me
Natalia. Nickname.
You have so many nicknames. I love it.
Or what's the? Sorry to interrupt. What's
No,
the
please.
long
Nicholas.
Nicholas name?
So that's her Nicholas name.
Yes,
is Natalia.
but her nickname is Nat. Nick is short for Nicholas.
Of course.
You know?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Natalie. Are we giving last name? Riggs? I'm sure. Yeah. And I was born in Las Vegas. And I lived there for about like 4 to 5 years. And then my family moved out to Utah. Moved around a lot when I was a kid. But always stuck with dance. Started dancing, of course, when I was like 3 or 4. Same. And yeah. Grew up mostly in Orem, Utah. Went to a competitive dance studio called the Dance Club.
Shout out Dance Club.
Shout out Dance Club.
Shout out Dance Club.
Oh my gosh. If you're, because my dance teachers, like, I think 2 or 3 of them were on Odyssey for a while. And like, they were like one of the first members, honestly. And so I've known about Odyssey for a very long time, which is really cool. But I never like thought I would actually do it. So that's fun. But I went to college down in St. George, danced on their dance team. Competed with them at like collegiate college, competitions. And then I danced for an NBA team. So I danced for college, and then I auditioned for the Utah Jazz and made it and danced with them for a season, which was really cool. Really fun experience. And then I decided I wanted to do more stylized dancing and not just like hip hop and jazz, which obviously I loved, and that's what you do for an NBA team. But I just wanted to branch out more. And so thank goodness Odyssey came back because it ended for 2 years, maybe?
2 or 3? 1. 2.
1 year.
We've got some
It was one
reactions from our crew.
1.5, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Middleman.
And so, yeah, I was so glad it came back because I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be on that. And so, yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
And it's so good. It was so refreshing from what I was coming from dance world wise. Like, it was just so competitive, so nitty gritty in not a good way. And this was just more freeing. And I liked it. Just the people were just so much.
I love that.
So comforting, for sure.
Yeah.
But
And also, Natalie did not mention this, but she also has taken a bit of a liking to the musical theater world as well.
oh my gosh, yes, I have.
Please tell us about that,
I
Natalie.
actually did my very first musical last summer, Footloose.
Hey, it's gotta cut loose.
You better And my lovely friends came and saw it.
Obviously.
And I was like,
As soon as we touched out of Utah.
oh, yeah.
Right.
As soon.
Yes, because they were gone. Because we have Odyssey off all summer. Is that like 2 months-ish?
Yeah.
And 3 months.
Low-key.
Okay,
We get
4.
done like April.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right after that, I went straight into a musical and did that all summer. And right before, it kind of overlapped with Odyssey, which was crazy. Because we would have rehearsal in the morning, and then I would go straight to a show right that night.
I
Which was
forgot about
wild.
that.
Yeah. So I was very tired.
How long did you do that for?
It was, I think it ran for 2 months.
Yeah. And then how long were you like double dutying?
I think only 2 weeks.
Okay.
Which isn't bad, but learning Romeo and Juliet and Thriller.
In the thick of Thriller rehearsals, I
God.
cannot imagine.
That's
It
actually
was
space killer.
So hard. I definitely had so many breakdowns during rehearsal.
Yes.
And sat out of a couple classes because I was like, oh my gosh. I'm so exhausted.
Happens to the best of us.
It's okay though.
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
persevered and
Absolutely.
yeah. But that was so fun, and I'm hoping to do more shows at that theater this upcoming summer.
Love it.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Natalie. Okay. Well, I guess now it's my turn. So my name is Ian. I am 23 years old. I'm going to be 24 in 2 months.
Wow.
Isn't that sickening?
And then I'm going to be 24
Yes.
in when's August?
Like, what month is this? Well, January in like 7 months?
Oh my gosh.
In like 6 or...
No. Carter, not bring that to the podcast. That is shut your mouth. I will not allow it. And I'm the youngest one out of all of us. Like,
And that's telling. And that's very telling.
indoctrinated into this. Like, so miraculous.
Anyways, I'm 23 years old. I'm gonna be 24 in a few months. And I started dancing when I was about 7-ish. I think if it was like September, then I would have turned 7 that March. So before I started dancing, actually, I had quite the sports career. I played t-ball. And I played soccer.
Wow.
And I played actual baseball for a little bit. But I quit each of them because I said it was too much running. And I did not want to run anymore. And my mom also told me that when I was like in the field at my soccer games, all I wanted to do was pick the flowers. So yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
I kind of forgot to mention, I also grew up with a little bit of sports as well mixed into it. I played basketball for 5 years. Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did track for like a semester in 3rd grade. So
No, in 3rd grade. Semesters in 3rd grade.
well, like like the second half of the year.
Okay. Yeah.
So private schools,
I'm
whatever.
into that.
It was private school. It was. And like I got second in the half mile. So like
Okay. Clock it.
they did not join us. Anyway.
Continue.
But yes, I feel like that is a very like common segue. Like you go from sports into dance. A lot of the unless you're like you are put in dance when you were like 2 years old. But so that's what happened to me. I played sports for a little bit and I quit because I didn't like it. And then my mom was like, well, he needs something to do. So she thought that dance would have been a good like social kind of aspect for me as I was growing up. So she threw me in dance and I started dancing at this very, very tiny recreational studio where I'm from, which by the way, I'm from Pennsylvania, also very, very far away, which isn't it crazy that she's from Pensacola and I'm from Pennsylvania? Isn't that wild? Like when she told me that for the first time, I like actually almost threw up. It was really freaky. But anyways, so I grew up in Pennsylvania, a very, very small town in the middle of the woods. And I went to this very tiny recreational dance studio. Shout out Miss Julie. Love you. Love you, girl. And I took 5 years of boys hip hop classes because I really I wasn't allowed to take any other classes. There was a moment, actually, this is funny. There was a moment where I took an acro class and I was like trying to like get my legs, like I was getting there. And then as soon as I started taking this acro class, I broke my femur.
Oh.
And I like couldn't do anything because I was still like in recovery for so long. So then I just kind of like went and like sat and watched everyone do acro. And I was like, can I please just do a back bend? And my teacher was like, no. But so I started there and then I then switched studios because I started to feel like I needed a little bit more. I think I was starting to understand that like dance is something I wanted to take a bit more seriously. So then I switched studios and I started taking a bunch of different styles and everything like that. And then I went to a performing arts high school, Lehigh Valley Charter High School for the Arts.
Oh.
It was very wonderful. And you had to like audition. Like it was a huge thing. It was a
Okay, it's
huge
giving Hollywood art.
No, like truly.
Hello, Victoria.
And like I went there and like I didn't look at a single book. Like I literally, I would go, I'd dance, and then I'd go and sit in study hall for 4 hours, and then I would go home. And it was really, really beautiful, truly. But I mean, like, I'm not dumb. You know what I mean? Right? Like, it's weird how it balances out like that. I took an AP history class.
Okay.
And my mom would not let me, and I said, I'm going to do it anyways. And then I passed with a 74.
Wow.
As soon as I told you so, Ian, I said, I know, Mom.
I mean, much better than my grade.
High school.
When I tell you it was dance, it was dance.
Right.
It was not school.
Right.
And I'm proud.
I hear it. Speak on it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so to make this all very, very long story short, I then went to college actually with our wonderful, are you our director? Are you a producer? What are you? Director, I think.
Director of our podcast.
Yeah, she's the director, and I think Carson's assistant director, and I'm giving like associate producer. Yeah. Okay, sure. I went to college with our lovely, lovely director, Miss Lily Farrar, We both went to Shenandoah University in Winchester, Virginia. And it was a beautiful experience. Like Athena was saying, I made so many like wonderful connections, and I got to meet so many people. I got to work with so many wonderful people, and it was an awesome experience. And I think that really propelled me into like what the professional world would kind of be like. But even still, like you don't know until you're in it. You know what I mean? But I started there, and I've been bouncing around. I've been doing a bunch of stuff, and I have been moving back and forth from Pennsylvania to Utah the past 2 years, because I don't think any of us mentioned this, but this is all of our second year on the company.
Yeah.
We started when we first geared back up in 2024,
Yeah.
and then it is now currently, well, we are filming this January 30th, 2026, but this is all of our second year. So yeah, I think that's kind of it. Wait, let's go around and share our favorite style of dance.
Ooh,
Okay. Okay.
I'll start.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, wait, maybe I should have started.
I would say that my favorite style of dance to do is definitely somewhere within like the contemporary ballet realm. But if I needed to simplify it, I would say that probably watching and dancing, contemporary is my favorite. But I do love, I'm a little ballerina at heart. That's who I am to my soul.
He is gorgeous.
Oh,
You guys. His legs, I can't.
Stop.
Ugh.
Like stand up.
I'm a little injured right now.
Can we-
I am injured, so.
For the episode.
Speaking of legs,
Hey.
this girl over here.
Yes. If you want to talk about
right
leg,
now.
if you want to talk about leg.
Should-
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I know.
I thought you would do too. I got scared. I got really scared.
Nice.
Anyways,
Anyway.
Natalie, do we want to go on
Yeah,
those?
so, I definitely grew up very contemporary, but like the studio I grew up at was contemporary, like fusion hip hop.
Yeah.
Like it was very hard hitting
Yeah,
contemporary.
Uh-huh.
And so, but I loved it.
Mhm.
And like hip hop definitely is up there for me.
Mhm.
But I've kind of grown into more like cutesy, sexy hip hop.
Okay.
Okay.
And our
Jazz
ve-
funky.
Yes. And before I was very much more like rugged
Yeah.
hip hop, house. Carson, you know all about that.
Okay, LA.
House hip hop.
House hip hop.
How's hip hop? House.
Yes.
Hop house.
But
Hip
again,
house.
yes, hip house.
Okay.
Hip house. But to simplify, I think I'm definitely contemporary. Like our Christian piece
I was
was
gonna say
literally like cherry on top of what I love.
absolutely,
do.
absolutely,
So yeah, that's me,
absolutely.
Athena.
Okay. Okay. To sum it up, I'm a jazz dancer. Like
Yeah.
through and
Correct.
through, like I am a jazz dancer. There's no question about it. But like I have I just grew up doing everything. And funnily enough, I started in ballet and tap.
No way.
Anything about me, you know,
And it
doesn't at the
shows.
bottom. This is the thing is I can sit and I can watch someone that's a ballerina do ballet all day. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's beautiful. I love watching ballerinas. Just I can't do it. Like my body doesn't like work that way. I like hard hitting, like sharp movements, and ballet is like kind of the opposite, you know? And then tap is a tough subject for me. we just don't talk about it. And funnily enough, I've been put in a tap piece for a show, Chicago. I don't know how it happened, but I think I'm holding my own. I think you're doing okay.
Can I actually interrupt you for just 1 second?
Yes.
When I was watching you do the tap piece earlier today, Daryl was staring at you like a
Oh, I know.
hawk.
I know.
You could sense it.
And I saw him too. I was like, can you please just give me a second? Like,
But there were moments where he was like,
well, he had more faith in me than I had in myself. And I think that's really beautiful, actually. But yeah, I'm a jazz dancer, but I love lyrical. I love hip hop. I'm a hip hopper. I shocked everyone in our spring season, apparently, because we had like a hip hop choreographer come and do a hip hop piece for us. And then the first day, I like went by myself. Like he did that thing where he like has people go down. He was like, okay, 3 people come and do it. Now 2 people, now 1 person. And I went as the 1 person because no one else wanted to. And I was like, okay. And it was like, oh my God, Athena, you can do hip hop. I was like, I've been saying this, guys. Like, oh my God, I assisted a hip hop choreographer for like 5 years. But anyway, so I love jazz. I love hip hop. I love all of it.
Yeah.
But jazz. That's the that's the main
Very
thing.
true. Very true. Yeah. And if you like get the opportunity to stalk our social medias, if anyone's out there watching us, all of like the dance videos that she has on her Instagram are like actually insane.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out Candace.
Yeah.
Like her choreo is absolutely
Yeah, I came from like, because I started, I didn't really say this in my intro, but I like started at a studio and I danced there for I think 10 years. And then some things happened and I left. And then I just branched off with Candace and I like let her like train me and like jazz. Like I assisted her all over the country and yada, yada, yada. But yeah, so it was just very like from once I left my studio, it was like, that's when I knew like it was dance and it had to work for me and I was gonna make it work and I am making it work. So, but yeah, I came from like her choreo is just like crazy. Like everything like you could possibly do with your body, you're doing it. And you're gonna do it in 2 counts. Get from up to down to side now. That's what I love.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Not everyone is taught like agility like that. Like it's something that's very important.
It really helps when it comes to like the thriller of it all. Like because
absolutely.
one thing about thriller, y'all, like it's just
It's a beat.
It's hard. It's a hard show. And also just depending on like what your track is, you know, because casting is different every single night, you know. You're never going to have the same show 2 nights in a row, you know. So one night you might have a show where you do literally everything you could possibly do. And then the next night you're like a panda bear and that's it. Like
it's all about stamina.
Really, it really truly is. So like taking care of your body and like fitting breasts, which I don't know if I'm the best at. Or nobody of us are the best at.
Absolutely not. Considering I'm completely injured right now, but you know, never.
That's okay.
Well, anyways, this is a good segue for us to kind of talk about what is next. Now that we've all introduced ourselves, like I mentioned earlier, this is kind of giving our like first day of rehearsal tea, and something that we do on our first day of rehearsal is usually we learn Thriller. That is our usually what we do our first. But before that, as if we're following our regimen here, something that Daryl likes to do with all of us. Also, by the way, Daryl is our boss. We've mentioned him a lot, and Daryl is our boss. Daryl Yeager is the founder of Odyssey Dance Theatre, and he is our lovely, lovely grandpa, and we love him very, very much. So it's something that he likes to do on our first day of rehearsal is we all like to go down the row and we share our most embarrassing dance story that we have. And this is a really fun exercise for all of the dancers, especially the new people, because it's just leave it all out there. You know what I mean? Like this is something that allows you to get vulnerable, but in a way that brings some comedy to it. It doesn't have to always be negative. And I would say that the story that I have to share is absolutely ridiculous. I had 2 that I want to share, but they're both going to be quick. But I figured that we could kind of do that really quick and inform it in that way. So would anyone like to go first? Why don't we have Natalie go first? She has a dog.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay. So, of course, our first year, I remember V telling Veronica, our lovely assistant director, was saying like, don't worry, if you don't have a embarrassing story, you will have one after Thriller. And I said, no, that was right. Because
true.
all of my embarrassing stories are now just from Thriller.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm like, okay, awesome. So one of them, which I was very fortunate that I got to dance with my sister on Odyssey, which was so fun. Shout out to Cass Riggs.
Shout out Cass Herman. Cass Herman.
But love her down. But that was so fun because we didn't dance together since she graduated high school. So we haven't danced together since 2017, 2018.
Wow.
Yeah. And so dancing together again in 2014 was so fun. It was so awesome.
2014.
2024.
Did you?
She went back 10 years.
2024. But
anyways,
so that was like super fun experience to do that with her. And of course, during a thriller, so we have this dance. It's our mummy dance,
The
and
Curse of the Mummy.
yes, Curse of the Mummy, and of course, during the dance, us maidens.
Sorry, it just slipped out. Like, I literally couldn't control. Wait, what did you do? I went, "Hooah."
That's in the dance, in case you're wondering.
The song.
There is a man in the back that goes.
Okay,
Anyways.
we can go off stimming. Like,
No, it's true. It's true.
so beautiful.
It really is.
You guys will see a side of us where it's stim after stim after like
Mhm.
inside joke. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Anyways.
Which also, I'm sorry to interrupt you once more, but we live together. So we
Yeah.
never really said that, but the three of us are roommates, which if you can't tell by our wonderful chemistry that we've got going on, we all live together and it's really, really beautiful. And I'm sure that will come up in conversation more later, but I just wanted to set the record straight. 1, 2, 3, go, Natalie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. But we're so the part of the dance where the mummy girls are in a full mummy full mummy suit head to toe, and us maiden girls come back on to strip them mid-piece.
Yes.
And we have to be so careful because they have a bra and a little skirt underneath. Keep that in mind, okay? And Veronica, we practice this in rehearsal so many times, okay? And how we have to go over the head and then over the shoulders, pull down, straight down. Do not re-grab. Think about that. Do not re-grab, okay?
Think about that. Think about that.
So, we have to go over our head, over the shoulders, and straight down, and then we put our hand through the crotch and slice it down. That's how you're supposed to do it.
It's true.
Okay?
It's true.
The slice.
If you don't do that, bad things will happen. And karma came back at me, and I'll tell you that next. But so I'm on stage, and of course her husband came to that show that night.
He was there?
He was there videoing. I have on video. I have the video.
I
Okay.
didn't know that.
And he's like, what, second row? Videoing cats.
Oh boy.
Beautiful.
Shout out Jake.
Jay Herman. Somebody
Thank
said
you.
follow him on Instagram. He's awesome.
Period.
But
Oh my god.
we walk on stage and we're thinking about a dance now.
Hey.
Boom, boom. I'm all gray. I'm like, yes, I'm stripping my sister. Okay. I don't know if I clarified that. I'm stripping Cass. Okay. I'm stripping her and I'm freaked out because I think it's maybe my second time stripping
Mhm.
someone. And so we all know it's flustered.
Yeah.
It's like you get her out or you die.
You have 3 8 counts.
Yes.
No, yeah. And they're
3
quick.
count.
And they're fast.
They are
They're
quick.
fast because then they have to dart forward and start dancing again.
Mhm.
And so I'm going, it's beautiful. I get to the waist and I'm freaking out and I grabbed again.
She regrabbed.
She regrabbed,
I re-grabbed.
if you recall.
And you know what
Rookie
happened?
mistake.
Rookie. Yeah. Good thing I was a rookie because it was a rookie
It's
mistake.
true. It's true.
And I accidentally grabbed her skirt as well. Thank goodness it didn't come all the way off. It just gave a little peekaboo slit to her to her thong. But I remember the video. She's like doing like, oh, sexy, all pretty, and she does that, and she's like, I pull it. I think I gave her a wedgie because I that upward her like slip back. I pulled it up, and I was like. On stage, I was like, "Oh my gosh, Cass, I'm so sorry. You look gorgeous. Keep going." And I'm like hedging her up, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And I heard her like sigh underneath her breath, and I was like,
No, and
But,
I'd be
like,
terrified too.
"Low key, good thing it was my sister,
Yeah.
because
Right.
sister banter, like it's
Right,
whatever.
right.
If it was anyone else, I would be more scarred than I am, because
Yeah.
if it was like anyone else on the company, I don't know,
Yeah.
it would be
Yeah.
scary.
No, yeah.
But
the pressure was not ours.
pressure wasn't as crazy because it was
Uh-huh.
my sister,
Right.
and we laugh about it now.
Right.
Mhm.
But
I still would have been terrified at the moment though.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
those mummy suits. I mean,
Oh my god,
it's
Oh my
like being stripped is one thing, but like doing the stripping because it's all on you.
Yeah.
Like it's all on you. And you know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm a bad stripper.
Okay. Somebody write that down. Clip that. Clip that. Clip that.
Any of my mummy ones, any of my mummy one girl, Lily knows. Like if you have me as the girl stripping you, like you better pray. Because, like it's hard, guys. It's hard. hard.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
It's not easy because you have three because you're trying to get them out, and then they're also wobbling because they have to get off one foot and then the other foot and all the things. It's like it's hard.
And the Mummy Girls just did a like full like 2-minute like firehouse
No, literally.
cardio.
Yeah.
For 2 straight minutes.
Up and down, up and down, up and down.
Mhm.
Jump. Like you're just like it's got to go.
I know.
Like it's a nice breath of fresh air. You get it taken off, and then you're like, I can breathe, but now I have to do like a fouette section. Like
Oh, brother.
the whole piece in its entirety, I think, is 9 minutes.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, and
Exactly.
1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was crazy. And then, of course, legit, I'm not making this up. 2 days later. Okay? 2 days later.
I forgot.
We are practicing our mummy strips because we practiced before every show.
In the
I can't believe we
beginning.
didn't do that this year.
Well, I think it was more towards the end or the beginning of the tour
yes,
because it was new.
Right.
So we wanted to make sure that everyone like got
Right.
it.
Yeah, but when we would have rehearsal on stage, warm up, and then we would say, okay, go get your mummy skirts, practice our turns, and girls grab your mummy tards so we can practice stripping. And I was a mummy that night, so I had to be in the mummy suit. And so we're practicing and everything, and Jamie, love Jamie. She is out of
She just had a baby. Shout out Jamie and Henry James. Shout out Henry James. Welcome to the world.
I love Jamie with my whole heart. I'm obsessed. But like, so I'm being stripped, and she full on grabs my skirt and pulls it all the way down with my mummy tart.
I didn't know what that
And I'm left in my thong during rehearsal.
Where
I
were
think
we?
you were
We're
so-
nearly.
I know.
Do you not remember? Maybe I like picked it up so fast because it was just all the girls and all the guys were sitting in front. I don't know how you didn't see. I
I
don't know.
feel like I might have.
Like Peter definitely. I remember Peter was like, "Oh my gosh, that was crazy."
Our free show.
And so,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
little pre-show trip.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, pre-show strip.
Thank goodness, like I fully just like crumbled up to the floor. I was like, "Oh."
Oh my God.
So thank goodness it was just during a practice. It wasn't on stage yet.
Right.
Oh goodness.
On stage live.
My gosh.
That is really well. Karma did come and get you.
Yeah,
I mean them.
that's the nightmare. Is like the skirt coming down, or like the stress of like, do I have my halter on under my mummy tard? Like
Right.
that is scary. I always think about it. If they strip you when it's just
Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah, you gotta. That's one of those ones where you have to like check everything.
Mhm.
And ever since then, I always grabbed like the side of my skirt just in case someone else wanted to fully
Would
up
be
me.
smart.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
so if you watch the videos, I'm always like going like this or like check my skirt, check.
That's beautiful.
So yeah, that's my embarrassing.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
I know that's
Sorry,
really
that
really
was
funny.
long.
No, it's
It's
good.
story.
It's good.
Scary.
Because I feel when we normally do our embarrassing stories, like there's like 25 plus people we need to go through, so we don't
Yeah.
always get a lot of time to divulge. So I'm glad that we
Mhm.
get to do it now.
Mhm.
You know. But I love that.
Thank you.
Um,
It was
She lives.
Do you think that I could maybe go next because mine are short and I have 2 to share
Yeah.
safely, and we could take a break with Athena?
perfect.
Okay, great. So my first embarrassing story that I have is the one that I told at the first day of rehearsal, our second year when we came back. And what are you thinking of? Or are you just laughing at me?
Was it me? I feel like it was me.
It wasn't me. I didn't start.
Sniffing.
You better, yeah, like, oh, he's sniffing. That's beautiful.
Keep that in there. That's
Well,
fine.
yeah. Anyways, so this is the story that I told on my first day of rehearsal, which I'm sure that there is like many, many more that I'm just not, they're not coming to me right now. But the one that I told was, so again, this happened in Thriller because Thriller is where everything goes awry. And if you make one wrong move and your whole show is over. Like it's just fully a trickle down effect. But so at the very, very end of the show, we have this number called Trick or Treat, and it's completely in the black light. There's no light on stage other than the black light. And our wonderful co-host Athena Rogers happens to be the star of the Trick or Treat dance as the Trick or Treat girl.
Oh,
So when we're doing trick or treat, everyone on the company is in it. And I was so fortunate as my first year to be a hoverboard riding ghost. Where I had a giant sheet and a nice like white nightgown that I got to wear, and I would ride on a hoverboard. I would zoom across the stage, and then I would zoom out. I'd do a circle around Athena, and then I'd go away, and then that was it. I had 2 entrances, and it was the perfect track.
Can I interrupt? No, I didn't interrupt. Sorry, you need to put yourself in my shoes. I'm 5 feet tall. He's 6'2", okay? And on a hoverboard, he's probably 6'5". So like, and we're in the black light. I just see a white blob towering over me and doing like 3 circles around me. And like sometimes the hoverboards work, so the ghosts are falling off
my
and they're coming
God.
at me. It's
I have a sword.
scary. It's quite the experience.
Yes.
Anyways.
Yes, it truly is. It truly, really, really is. What were you gonna say?
Real quick, I also was a hoverboard rider.
Yes, you were.
I was the privilege my first year, and oh my gosh, that was the most stressful thing of my entire life, because the amount of times I fell off that freaking hoverboard on stage, and a robot had to like pick it up and carry it off.
And it was always great. And
It was thank you.
shout out Graydon. Shout out Graydon.
Yes, please.
No, and also, before I go into my story really quick, I want to have an anecdote now because everyone else did.
Oh, yes, please.
I would say that this is kind of when Natalie and I started to bond when our first year, because I would always help her on and off of her hoverboard because she was petrified of it. And there were many times where you would ride off stage and you would like literally fall into my arms because you would like catch a lip and you would just. And then I'd have to catch you and like whip you off of it.
You know what?
It just like kept going.
You were always there.
I was.
And I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
What can I say?
Literally, I think that's truly where our friendship started. Was being hoverboard buddies.
We understood each other.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
It truly.
Carefully.
One shared experience.
Yeah. Well, and also this is really funny because the way that this transpired is because when we were starting to learn trick or treat, Daryl was like, "So, like, does anyone have any experience riding a hoverboard?" And I didn't know what it was for yet, but I was ecstatic because I love a hoverboard. I love a hoverboard. I had one when I was younger, and I like literally, the amount of times that my brother and I would just like hop on those things, we'd ride them for miles and miles and miles. Like, so I was very excited. I was no longer excited once we started doing this. And the reason being is because these hoverboards are very old and they didn't really work that well. It's no one's fault, you know, they're not the most conducive for a dance environment, but that's okay. So I'm on the hoverboard. We're in Salt Lake City. And one thing about the Salt Lake Theater is it is really, really huge, and the wings are a beautiful size. That's like our home theater when we perform like our other 2 shows when we're not on tour. And the curtains and the wings on the sides are like these beautiful, beautiful velvety black wings. Like they're wonderful. And I don't really remember exactly how it happened, but I'm pretty sure I was like doing a few like practice turns in the wing, like as trick or treat is happening while I'm waiting for my grand entrance. Cause mind you, Natalie is first and I'm second. Like it was a huge deal. And I am talking with Libby. Shout out Libby. Yeah. Shout out Libby. I'm talking with Libby and I'm standing there and I'm just like spinning around and Libby and I are chatting, and then I hear the music and I'm like, oh no, it's time for me to go on stage. I shoot a little bit too far. And as I turn my hoverboard to face the way I need to go onto the stage, I hear a and my wheel of the hoverboard munched the wing and it put a giant rip in it. And I looked at Libby, and I think Naomi was there too. I think that Naomi was also there, and they just kind of stood there and looked at me, and I was like, I have to go. And I just went on stage and I didn't tell anyone until I told this story on my first day at our second year of rehearsal. But that was a really, really, and I felt really I just wrote another story. That's for another time. But I have a problem with destroying the stage in Park City. I have a problem with ruining where we perform, apparently. But maybe we'll tell that story another time. But yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Oh my gosh. So that's That's embarrassing story number one. That was definitely, and like to be not only a first year company member, but to only be on tour for what, like a month at that point, and
not
then I
even.
ruin the beautiful velvety wing that's at the Salt Lake Theater. I don't even know if I told anyone else when it
Okay,
happened.
was it in Salt Lake or was it in Park City? Because I remember seeing Durain stitch up a curtain
I
the
think it
next
was
day at
already there.
rehearsal. Oh, okay.
I think so because I remember very vividly that it was
Okay.
Salt Lake.
Did
Yeah.
someone ever fix it or did it just like...
I don't think so.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
I thought
We need
you
to go
told
back.
Durain and she sewed it.
Well, no, they fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah, they fixed it because they saw.
Right.
I just never owned up to it. So this is my confessional that I'm making.
That's beautiful.
God forbid the Grand Theater sees this. What then?
Well, yeah, if it's fixed, then
Well, then it doesn't matter.
you're gonna get a bill for like $1,000.
Anyways, so that's my embarrassing story. That's the embarrassing story number one. So,
Is it my turn?
yes, it is.
Okay, well, see, I have a lot.
Of course.
And you know what?
What's the best one? Because there's me getting stuck in the Bones cape and like screaming at Carson on stage. There's that one. Okay, let's go now. But then there's also me forgetting to go on for White Witch or always forgetting.
Oh boy.
You have to do both. I do both. So I'll tell one, you tell
Okay.
your other. I'll go back.
Okay, and then can you come up with another?
Yeah. She had one. Okay, I'll start with Bones. Okay, let's go in chronological order. So this was last year. This is my first year on the company. And okay, for some context, we have our skeleton tap dance, which also is in the black light.
Of course.
One thing about this company is they love to just get rid of all vision that you could possibly have.
No one's allowed to
You're
see
gonna
it.
be in a mask and you're going to be in a black light. You're not going to be able to see anything. And then you're going to be covered also. So for the skeleton tap dance, we start in these big capes. They're like cloaks and they cover your whole face. You have a little teeny tiny like rectangle for vision that is always going to fall down to your mouth and you're not going to be able to see anything, okay? So you start tucked up on your little bench like this and you're completely covered and then you drop your feet down and all you can see is the white glowing tap shoes, right? These capes have this really fun thing about them. They're not just capes. No. They have little shin attachments so that your shin bones don't show, obviously.
Of course.
So you have them attached like Velcroed to both your shins and then also there's two panels of Velcro covering you and then the hood that gets tucked into you. So it's like literally like a anxiety attack on 10. If you're claustrophobic, good luck, girl.
Yep.
Like, good luck.
Our
babe.
director just raised her hand.
Oh my god.
It's a tough
The
one.
amount of times like I had a full-on panic
Yeah.
attack
Absolutely.
underneath those capes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I kept my
Everyone.
composure. You never knew.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I was dying.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's scary. It's a
Absolutely.
stressful one.
It's not fun.
But anyways, so we're tucked up, whatever. The dance is happening. One thing about me is I did not have good luck with getting ripped out of these capes, okay? So we have Bones, a dem Bones cheesecake, and we pop out on cheesecake,
Mhm.
right? On the cake of cheesecake is when we're supposed to be out. For some reason, and to this day, I do not know what the common denominator is because it didn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what the boys did. It doesn't matter what cape I'm wearing. I cannot get out of this cape. So obviously the common denominator is me, actually. Actually, let's just get down to it. Maybe it's Bones. I don't
Maybe
know.
the dance is the common
It's just
denominator.
hers.
What
like,
if-
I don't
Right.
know, like-
Right.
But so we get Carson is ripping me out of my cape this night, and I went in really. I think at this point I had not successfully been like actually ripped out of my cape. It would always be like stuck on my shins, or like something would happen, or I get clotheslined. Like it didn't matter. There was that one time that Peter was trying to practice with me, and the neck didn't open, so I fully got shot back into him, and then like fell to the floor. Anyways.
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh, tonight's gonna be good because Carson's ripping me. Like I knew like Carson was canonically a good ripper. And I was like, okay, everything's gonna be fine. And I get there, I'm the second cheesecake, okay? Bones cheesecake, and then I go to pop out. Nothing happens. I think I literally I got clotheslined for a second and then I popped out and then it got stuck on my shins. Of course. So what do I do? Because it's stuck on my shins. Obviously, I start to do this. If you're listening, sorry, you need to watch. Because
If you're listening, she just turned around in the circle, frantically slapping her shins, trying to get it off.
So,
so That's what I think is going to help me in this situation. Did it? No, absolutely not. So I think what happens is I was the second rip, so I had 2 little freestyle moments, and then the choreo starts. We get like 5, 8 counts into the choreo, and there is still a shin attached to me. And poor Carson this whole time is like chasing me, trying to get this thing off of me. And then finally, like after the 5th 8 count into the choreo, we're like standing on one leg and swinging. And I yell at Carson. We're in Park City, mind you. Like Park City, the audience is literally on stage. Like they're right there. If you breathe too loud, they hear you. Okay. And so I finally have a stable leg, and I yell at Carson. I go, pull it! He yanks it off of me. He yanks it off because I'm missing a shin. Like, you have to understand, like, what the audience is seeing is like full skeleton with shoes, except they're missing the left shin. Like, there's something wrong happening. And also, there's like a very faint shadow person chasing them, trying to like figure it out. So I yell at him to pull it off. He pulls it off. Finally, I continue the dance. The next day, I go into the costume, like wardrobe area, and I see our lovely, lovely costuming woman, Cheryl Yeager.
Shout out, Cheryl.
Shout out Cheryl. And she is sewing something, and I was like, oh, what's that? And she was like, oh, somebody ripped a Bones cape. And I was like, what? And then she was like, yeah, oh, you're the one that got stuck, right? And I was like, yeah, that was me. And she was like, who ripped you? And I was like, Carson. And she was like, yeah, he ripped the shin off the cape. And then she was like, and I used upholstery thread to sew the...
Oh my god! Strong.
My poor Cheryl had to fix this cape all because I couldn't get out, and then Carson was too strong for his own good. Like,
Oh my
so
god!
quite the situation. And you know, this is what happens when you put me in a tap dance.
Yeah.
I think that might be the moral of the story, but yeah.
I think there are no capes in Chicago.
Thank the Lord. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah. So that was my first like real embarrassing moment. But I was in a mask. No one knew who I was.
I mean, Cheryl didn't even know.
Cheryl had no idea.
Yeah. I mean, upholstery thread?
Right.
That's really
Right.
crazy.
I know. She looked at me. She was like, yeah, and I used upholstery thread. And I was like, I'm so sorry.
And again, for the listeners and not, well, you can't actually see Carson at all, but he went, yeah! Because he was celebrating his victory.
Wow.
All right.
That is so good.
Well, okay, I think that we should do one more each.
Okay.
Do you have one at the ready?
I don't think so.
That's okay.
I tried to look at, that's why I was looking at my phone. I was
Uh,
trying to like see if anything came up in my
Right.
memory.
Mm.
But no, you just share yours.
Okay.
I feel like mine was long enough that
Fine. We had a lot of explaining to do.
yeah.
Which I feel like then that is also a good segue for us to kind of talk about what our shows are. So we'll keep that in the back pocket for now.
Mm.
But editor's note, you know. But so basically my second story is this one is so ridiculous. I like to this day, this happened 4 months ago. Like this was huge for me. So there is another dance that we do in Thriller, and it depends on what year it is based on what the premise of the dance is. But the dance is called People Are Strange. And we have the whole room erupts with laughter. We have a lovely, lovely, lovely guest artist / clown. His name is John Boy Bubbles. Shout out Bubbles. Like, for real, my
The
mommy.
clown with
No.
the K, the C was taken.
Absolutely. Just some woman named Bubbles the clown. So,
I love how we can quote his whole entire show.
absolutely.
If you're
it's so
not in
good.
your mummy hard by the time he's talking about Taylor Swift, you're screwed.
You're done for. You are done for.
Done.
You are done for. And you have to make sure that you have your headband or else you are done.
Mhm.
You are done.
That too. Yeah.
Anyways, so John Boy is this lovely clown that we get to have, and he has a number right after we do our first number of the second act, Children of the Corn, and it's called People Are Strange. And he gets to come out, he does a little intro, he gets to sing a song. He's a beautiful singer. He is a wonderful singer, and he sings, I guess it is a song. It's not something he made up.
No.
Are we gonna get copyright striked?
No.
People are strange when you're a stranger. It's really fierce. So, and he has like a whole like choreographed thing, like it's beautiful. last year, when it was our first year, it was Daryl wanted to do something that was like pretty relevant, and the goal was to do. The goal was to do the break dancer from the Olympics, Ray Gun from Australia. And that was like a really, really funny piece where
Yeah.
like Cass did get to be in
Cass
that.
was
That
in
was a really good one.
Gwen.
Yes.
Shout out
Gwen. Shout out Gwen.
We're shouting at the whole company.
Yeah, like, thank God. So, but anyways, last year was Ray Gun, and that was like kind of what was popular. That's like what Daryl wanted to have in the show so that we could have a little bit of audience engagement. Then this year, as I'm sure all of you know, the craze has been Labubu.
Mm-hmm.
So Daryl ordered 3 Labubu costumes. And they all like they're the
counts.
people who got to be in the Labubu costumes like got to rotate between 2 different people each night, and it would just kind of depend on who was cast to Labubu based off other casting, everything like that. Well, we are in Tuacahn. It is our last stop of our tour that we had just been on for like a month and a half, almost 2 months, and I, since day one, have wanted to get in this Labubu costume. I have wanted to be a Labubu so. And what worked out perfectly is that most commonly found, my counterpart, Allie Renner, shout out Allie Renner, she is also a very, very tall, leggy lady. So it worked out perfectly that I went to her and I said, Miss Allie, can I please be a Labubu? And she said, absolutely. 100% you can.
Wasn't it closing night?
It was our closing night.
Big night.
It was our closing night of Tuacahn, our biggest show
Of the
that
whole
we
tour.
have of the
Closure
entire
of the
tour.
whole tour.
2,200 seats in an audience to fill. Bubbles is out there. He's doing his thing. And I'm in my Labubu costume. I'm ecstatic. I was feeling a little nervous about it at first. I was like, like, this is huge. Like, I reviewed the choreo that the Labubus have to do. It's only like 3 8 counts. Like, it's whatever. And I go out there. One thing about the Labubu costumes is that you cannot see. Common theme.
Common
You
theme with
cannot
Thriller.
see. You literally
Never.
cannot see. So it's just this giant foam head that looks like a Labubu, and it has these little eyes, but the eyes are tinted a specific color based off of what the color corneas the Labubu has. Is it corneas or is it a different?
I don't know.
Iris.
I think it's your iris.
Yeah.
Yeah. This Labubu in particular had a green iris, and you could not see literally anything. On top of the fact that you have hundreds of lights just shining in your eyes as you're on this massive, massive stage. So I'm out there, I'm doing my thing. We get to do a little improv, or I get to do a little bit of Curse of the Mummy. I do some ballet. I start like hip hop breaking it down in my Labubu costume. And then eventually John Boy has to shoo us away. I start walking. I have absolutely no idea where I am. I could not tell you if I'm at the back of the stage, if I'm at the front of the stage, if I'm going the wrong way. Could not tell you. I'm really confident. I'm taking it with my whole chest. I'm walking, I'm strutting. Suddenly, my foot hits something, and then I start to topple over. There is this giant statue of red rocks that are fake, mind you, for the atmosphere of the Tuacahn Amphitheater that is like right on the side. And we use them sometimes as like part of our blocking and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a little alcove where you can crawl out of and everything like that. And I am just walking and I completely eat it. My head bounces off of the rock. The head twists a little bit. I'm stumbling. I think my foot almost fell off. It was really, really bad. And of course, in true John Boy fashion, he goes, "What are you, a Stevie Wonder, Labubu?" Which was like icing on the cake. It was awful. It was really, really, really bad. And I was so embarrassed, but I had no time. I had to get up. I had to find where I was. I had to play it off. I had to shoo him away, and then I had to get off stage. I don't even think I made it off stage before I just crumbled to the floor and was crying, hysterically laughing. It was like, and mind you, the whole rest of the company is tuned in for my Labubu debut on our closing night, and there is not a single silent soul on the sides of the stage. Alliteration
We
for
were
you.
doing witches.
Yes, you were. Yes, you
We
were.
literally had to make our way back behind the set, but we were like, we stayed on the side. We stayed on the side so we could watch this happen, and we were laughing with you. Witches has already started. We were like, oh my God, we need to go.
No, literally.
Literally
Black
tonight.
Witches happens right afterwards, and they only have 3 minutes of a White Witch intro before they have to come. Not even.
Yeah.
And
No,
I made a complete fool of myself. I really did. But truly, It was a prolific experience. Like, it was something that needed to happen, and I think I really found who I was. And the answer is that I will never put on a Labubu costume. I will
Learned.
never.
Like-
That was my embarrassing story from this year, definitely. And I still think about it. I really do. I really do.
Yes.
Because again, there were like hundreds of thousands
Yeah.
of people in that audience that night.
Mhm.
And I just munched. Absolutely munched the Red Rock. And I could have fallen into the baffles too.
Yeah.
It could have been dire.
Yeah.
It could have been this is an emergency.
Yeah.
Like, but so yeah, that's my second embarrassing story for you. Like Natalie said, and Athena, there are so many more.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Okay,
Okay.
wait. I did think of one.
Okay.
It's gonna be quick. I promise.
No, go.
But this year we brought back a very legendary dance called
Justice League.
Justice League. I like forgot it.
Justice League.
What was I called?
What's it? Hello, audience engagement.
Justice League.
Just-
short version.
Yes, the short version.
Don't forget the short version.
How could
Me and Carson got the opportunity to be in it together.
the privilege?
The privilege.
The honor.
And, of course, I was Wonder Woman and Carson was Superman. And then Nick was our Batman. So good. Anyways, we have these, we're supposed to be short people. And
It's like Lord Farquaad in the Shrek musical-esque, dancing on their
dancing
knees.
on your knees.
This was the inspiration for the piece. Just
So like we had
Keep in
these
mind.
giant knee pads on with these little legs. And we in Park City we had this thing where we would wait to go on stage, like the music would start and then we would go and then sit down, like we'd run on stage and then sit down on our chair and put like our cloak over our feet so no one would see it because it's like surprise. We have little legs. And
part-
so
some part of it.
yeah. And so I guess like because it was in Park City, we had screens on the sides of
Mhm.
the stage
Yeah.
and instead of the back. So the back was dark. And so Veronica said, you guys just go out like 5 counts later. And then because it's like pitch black, you don't want to be sitting there for like ever. So we run out, we wait 5 counts. But I somehow am not ready, of course. I'm not ready.
No.
And it's like, because it's so many pieces to put on.
Yes.
And I was just running late. I don't know what I was doing.
Were
but
you
I
a
was
white
running
bitch?
late.
I was
Maybe?
gonna say, were you White Witch then?
No, because that only happened one time because
Yeah.
Justice League is right after
Witches.
Witches. And so that was just the fastest change ever.
Yeah.
And so thankfully that never happened again that one time. But this time I think I was just like moseying around. I just was not there. I was
Meandering,
in
if
it,
you
I
will.
guess. And so I'm like scrambling to find like my cape. I couldn't find it. And Matt, our wonderful backstage manager, was helping me out try to find it. And he goes on his mic saying like, you're good, go, like you're good. And Lucas, our tech guy, he said, okay, good, I'm gonna bring up the lights, start the music.
Yeah.
And so music already started and Carson and Nick are already sitting in their chairs on stage and I'm running on stage, lights come up, everyone sees me. Everyone sees me running on stage to go sit down. So bad.
It's like you got caught like with your pants down, which you've been in before. But you-
Yes.
I don't know why this always happens.
Oh my god.
I was, but I'm running on the stage and it was so bad. And I'm laughing and I think I hear Carson and Nick like giggling because
I
like,
would
they
too.
know
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
How can you not?
and the funniest thing is while I'm running on stage, I hear Matt say, "No, not you, Lucas." Lucas, no.
Please.
Lucas at Lucas Billy.
Turn off the lights. That's
See.
so yeah. That's
Wow.
another.
Just the image of you like running on. Oh, sorry. The image of you running on like with your little legs like dangling in the wind, all of your knee pads.
Again, I'm sorry if you're just listening, you'll have to watch this back later, but this is how we had to run on stage because those things, you can't straighten your legs in those.
Mm-mm.
You have to bend. So I'm running on like this.
Oh my goodness.
You'll just have to imagine like little swans if the Grinch was in it. Like that's what it's giving. You know what I mean? Like that's what just happened.
I mean, with like my feet, like legs wide out, bent, running in a grand plie. Let's say that. Like
Running in a grand plie.
Yes. Beautiful.
But anyways, that
All right. Thank you so much for sharing it,
Yeah.
Allie. That's so beautiful. Wow. That was a good one.
Is it my time?
It is. It is.
Okay.
I don't remember what you're going to tell.
So, you'll catch on. So, we mentioned Salem's Mass,
Right.
White Witch, Black Witch dance a couple times. Okay, so as we mentioned earlier, Thriller, your casting is different every single night. And this also happened in Park City. That's just where things happen.
Yeah.
Because Park City is like kind of smack dab in the middle of tour. So that's when you start to get comfortable and you're like, oh, I know the show. I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
You're not going to be fine. Don't get comfortable ever. That's a mistake. Okay.
Rookie mistake.
So I was a White Witch this night. It was our second day in Park City. It was October 2nd. I remember. Okay. So
October 3rd.
So it was our second day in Park City. And I was a White Witch that night. I didn't know this. Okay. I did know this. I forgot this. Okay. I had it written down, but for some reason it left my mind. And I should have remembered because it was my White Witch debut. I had not done White Witch yet this year. But I didn't remember for some reason. I just fully omitted it from my brain. So, anyways, we're talking earlier V this night. This has context in the story, I promise you. I was a scarecrow that night also. And the order of the show is it's the Addams Family for the second act. It's the Addams Family, Children of the Corn, People Are Strange, Salem's Mass. And the White Witches start on stage. We are the first people on stage when the curtain comes up after the Labubus exit. Okay. So,
B+.
so
Ready.
that night I was a scarecrow and they had just told us that they wanted us to paint our eyes black because the audience was so close so they could see our faces in our mask.
Yes.
And V, our assistant director, she comes in the dressing room. She's like, so paint your eyes black, yada, yada. I'm trying to find loopholes because one thing about Thriller is you're constantly doing, undoing, redoing, doing, undoing, redoing your makeup. Okay. And I did not want to have to redo and undo and redo my makeup for like a fifth time. Okay. So I'm trying to find loopholes, whatever. And then I was like, okay, it's fine. The only thing that I have after Children of the Corn tonight is Lost Boys, where I'm a vampire. I'll have time to fix my makeup, whatever. So, Children of the Corn finishes, and I take off my like black eyes, whatever, and I am taking my sweet, sweet time because I thought I had it, right? So I take off, I think I'm fixing my blush, and all I'm wearing is literally like my scarecrow pants and my boots and then like my dance bra, okay? And my makeup is so messed up. I'm in the middle of fixing my blush. And our dear friend Emily, she runs into the
Shout out Emily.
She runs into the dressing room in her White Witch costume. She says, Athena, are you coming?
Yes.
And I said, what do you mean? She was like, you're a White Witch. Mind you, the Labubas are about to be off stage in 30 seconds. Like, I literally, probably not even that. Like, I have probably 15 seconds to get into a White Witch costume, out of my scarecrow pants, into a White Witch costume, and up the stairs. Okay, actually, hang on. So in Park City, the dressing room is over here, and then the stage is up.
No, not you two.
The stage is above it. Okay, so you have to literally run from the dressing room, through the green room, up the stairs, onto the stage. Okay? Yeah. So I go into panic mode, and I say, oh shoot. And so I rip off my scarecrow pants. I can't get my boots off. And then I'm like, I need a costume. Someone throws a costume at me. Lily gives me her ballet shoes. And then I get my nude Leo on halfway. I throw the costume on and I sprint. I sprint for my life. Again, I have 10 seconds, like literally probably 10 seconds. Like I cannot stress to you how I had literally no time to get onto the stage. And so I'm running. Everyone's go, 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 go. I had never seen solidarity in a dressing room like that moment. Like truly, everyone had tuned in and was ready to see me make it on that stage. So like, thank you girls, thank you ladies. I really appreciate it. I have things getting thrown at me, whatever. I run up the stairs. I'm trying to fix my hair as I'm running because it's supposed to be in a low ponytail. And I drop my hair ties down the stairs. And so I have to run back down. And our good friend Allie Runner, she's walking down the stairs a half Labubu. And she's like, what happened? I was like, I forgot I was a white witch. And I run down and I grab my hair ties and I run. I do my hair. I get my B+, curtain comes up.
Wow.
Like in seconds. Literally seconds.
Like,
my
goodness.
I was actually a black witch that night.
Yeah, yes, you were.
Oh my god.
Me, Ava, and Riley are backstage, and we're like, why is there only 2 white witches? Why is there only 2 white witches? Because, like, we're seeing, like, Emily and whoever, like, Liesel on stage, like, preparing, and then I see Emily run away, and I'm like, wow. Like, someone forgot.
Yeah, and it was me.
Yeah.
And
it was
Here comes Athena.
When I just don't, that was my worst nightmare because for Thriller you have to know your casting.
Yeah.
Like if you don't remember it, like it's the end of the world, you know.
You have no time to remember.
Yeah, so right once I'm like getting things thrown at me, like costumes, shoes, unitards, whatever, I was like, can you tell them to hold? Can you tell them to hold? Knowing they're not gonna hold.
No.
I knew that. They're not stopping that show for anything.
They got
like, I'm not gonna make it on stage. And so then word gets back to Matt, and Matt is like, we only have 2 white witches. And then Daryl goes, well, they're just gonna do it with 2. And I was like, no, they're not. No, I'm getting on that stage. No, what do you mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know how I made it. That is like the biggest adrenaline rush I have ever had in my entire life. I will probably never experience anything like that ever again. Like
the grace
I
of
never
God.
sprinted that fast. Like up the stairs from the dressing room, up the stairs to the stage, and then get in my B+, and then the curtains up.
Yeah.
Like there was absolutely zero time between me getting in position and then the curtain.
Perfect timing.
Like nightmare. And
so
what's
good.
crazy is like I got back down like and someone took a video of all the girls in the dressing room cheering me on, like watching the TV, and like that was really cute. But then I came down and our dear friend Becca, and she was like, Athena, she's like, Athena, that is the most professional thing I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, well, thank you, but actually it was quite unprofessional. Quite the opposite. Just forgetting that I was in the dance that night is kind of the epitome of unprofessionalism. But also me making it on stage quite professionally.
Absolutely.
I didn't miss a beat. Like
No.
I knew all the steps.
Literally.
And I don't know how I did that.
Beautiful.
I don't know.
It was so good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
But
what's even funnier about all of this, so for some context, we do a lot of traveling while we're on tour with Thriller, and at the time, me, Emily, Nat, and Athena were all living together in Park City. We had like a little like hotel room that we were all sharing. And I remember multiple days in a row when we had gotten to Park City, Athena talking about this being her White Witch debut.
with Emily. Like that's why it was a big deal, was because me and Emily were both like making our White Witch debut together.
Yes. And I remember so vividly the day of the incident that I asked her, hey, what are you doing today? And she said, oh, I'm doing this, and this, and that. No White Witch to be found.
Yeah.
And I didn't know either. Wasn't my friend.
Literally, and see,
But-
that's the thing, is because we have been talking about it so much. Once I saw Emily specifically in her White Witch costume, that's once I literally like pooped my pants. I was like, oh my god! And truly, I think if it was anybody else coming to get me, I would have not believed them. Like I was so convinced that I did not have anything to do with that dance that night.
Yeah.
And coming out of Scarecrow is the worst thing.
Oh my
Because
God,
that is so many. We were all Scarecrows this year,
Mhm.
where it was fun.
Yes.
But it's a boom, it's our pants, and like I would always wear shorts unders because I was gonna pants myself for some reason.
Sometimes there's suspenders involved. Like it's a full thing.
A mask, a glove,
All those.
All we could was, and Nicholas never had his.
I always forgot mine too.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I remembered.
Once
second.
Carson like pulled my glove off. We started getting, and it was on accident. We started getting really, really creative with like our little freestyle sections at the beginning of Chord, and me and Carson would always do like a star lift, and then, or no, this was the night that we tried the like split down, and then I would like roll out of it, and I fell bad. Like I ended up on my head, and then I was like rolling around on the floor. Like it was really, my glove came off in the midst of this, and I was dancing like this because they can't know I have a human hand. the
Yeah.
scarecrow.
Don't ruin the magic, guys.
And then halfway through, I managed to pick it up and get it on my hand. Like, with the,
Wow.
I don't know how I did it,
Wow.
but
That's impressive.
pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just like little things like that. There are so many
Yeah.
little teeny tiny things that happen in Thriller alone,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay, perfect.
So now I think is a perfect opportunity, now that we've talked a lot about Thriller, because all of our embarrassing stories had to do with Thriller, of course, is for us to kind of talk about what happens in a year of Odyssey.
Yes.
Because technically our contracts as contracted dancers run from somewhere in the beginning to the middle of August up until the beginning to the middle of April. So we are contracted dancers working a job for a pretty long time. And in that amount of time, we do a lot of stuff. So as you've heard, we go to rehearsal on our very first day and we tell our little embarrassing stories. We get to know everyone, and then we start talking about what Thriller is. And Thriller is a giant show that has been going on for over 30 years now, right? It's been a very, very long running, very successful show that Daryl has completely choreographed himself, bringing in other artists and stuff like that. But essentially, it's a variety show, and you get all of the different things that happen within the realm of Halloween. Like, we're vampires, there's Frankenstein, we're Labubu's, we're mummies, we're, zombies, we're all these different iconic characters from Halloween as often as you see. You know what I mean? So that happens, and we take that one on tour for a little while, which is tour is always like the most fun thing that I feel like we get to do, because it truly is like no other experience that you get to have. Like, you just get to bop around from place to place and get to perform every night or every other night or whatever our schedule is that week, and it's a really, really fun time.
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
Yeah, I full on think of it as like fun little what's it called?
Vacation.
Vacation, like
Mhm.
camp.
Yeah.
Like getting to know each
Summer
other.
camp.
Summer camp. Like,
Mhm.
I think it's so fun.
I agree.
And it's a full-on bonding.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because
You
you
get-
people
yeah.
you've never met before, and like
Mhm.
now you're dancing with
Yeah.
them, and it's like you cannot escape each other.
No.
Yeah.
And that's how we got so close.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a level of bonding.
Yeah.
You know, that's definitely what happens between the company.
Yeah.
And that's why I think like Thriller itself has so many great memories for me personally,
Yeah.
because it is like not only something that you don't always get to have when you like work different jobs, but at the same time it's an experience that everyone gets to share together,
Mhm.
that you create memories that like will last for years. Like, we have this tradition when we do Thriller where we come up with a chant
Mhm.
based off of all the different things that occur when we're doing that Thriller tour. And the ones that we've had in previous years have been like long, because there's so much you can add into it. And it's just like a little memento for you to look back. And I mean, like, I don't think that I could do it right now, but I remember bits and pieces. Athena, Are You Coming? That was one that we brought up earlier.
It's been so good.
But anyways, just to kind of wrap us up a little bit here, Thriller is a great time. We all love Thriller very much, and it closes the first week of November, usually, sometimes in that time frame. Then, do you want to explain what happens next?
Sure. Yeah, we have Daryl gives us like a week off, which is nice. This year we got 2. Beautiful.
Yeah, she's
Nice little resting time, and then we go straight back into Christmas rehearsal, and then we have a Christmas show. It's basically like Thriller but Christmas characters, and it's super fun. We have more singers in it, which is really cool. Interact with them. It's gorgeous. I love it. And it's just like, it's not stressful.
Yeah.
Yes, Thriller.
It's Christmas.
Right.
It's
Happy.
I was just gonna say, it's so holly jolly.
No.
There are so many iconic characters, like and like references to movies and things. Like, our lovely director and I had the privilege of being Ralphie for our A Christmas Story dance, where we got to be in giant bunny costumes. That is always a really fun one. And we have Elf, Buddy the Elf.
Be Rudolph.
Yeah,
I got to be
yes,
Dixon this year.
Absolutely.
Not to toot me and Carson's horn, but we had
Yes.
the Grinch and Cindy.
Yes, a beautiful
That's a
duet
big one.
choreographed
It's a
by
big
the
one.
Daryl Yeager himself.
That makes him cry every single time, mind you.
it's
Like, it's the
so
most ridiculous thing ever, and just so silly, but you will always catch him with a tear in his eye at the end of it.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
it's so good.
Yeah. The Christmas show is really just so much fun. It is so great.
Spectacular.
Absolutely.
Christmas spectacular.
Two
spectaculars.
spectaculars. Do not get it twisted. And it's also a really quick turnaround time too in
Yes.
comparison to Thriller. Like, we
Mhm.
usually get like a month and a half ish, maybe a little less, to like rehearse Thriller and really get it like under our wings and everything like that. But the Christmas show, it's very, very. You get like maybe 3 weeks of
I was
rehearsal.
gonna say, we did it in like 3 weeks
Yeah.
this year.
And then it's on stage and you
Yep.
perform it for 6 nights and then you go home. Like that's how it goes.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have like a Christmas break, little
Mhm.
winter break. That was like maybe 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 weeks
Ish.
ish. And then now we're back.
Mhm.
And we've been back. This is our second week
Yeah.
back.
Oh my gosh, in rehearsals.
Yeah.
And we've started doing our spring show.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yes, please.
Sure. So this year, last year when we did our spring show, we only did technically like one show. So that was like our shut up and dance was just the first half of like rep choreography. There was a hip hop, there was Daryl's ballet, contemporary ballet-ish. And then we had Christian Denise do a contemporary piece. And then the second half was Moulin Rouge, where we like tell the whole story of Moulin Rouge in like 45 minutes, it's done, go, you know?
Mhm.
But this year we are doing like full length shows and we're doing 2 of them. And that would be Romeo and Juliet and also Chicago Nights. And Romeo and Juliet is pretty cut and dry of like, it's just Romeo and Juliet. There's no story changes really or anything. But our Chicago is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the story of Roxy Hart, okay? It's also the story of Al Capone and also Prohibition.
Of course. Miss Matilda herself.
Matilda. The course herself. So it's really, really fun just incorporating like other elements and things that are not really true to the actual story of the Broadway musical Chicago, but we like put our own little twist in it, you know? Al Capone, Carson has his little solo where he's like killing people in the middle of it. And it's like and then he has showgirls behind him, you know, we've got Cell Block Tango, of course, which we just learned today, so that was really
So
fun.
fantastic. So fantastic.
Yeah, so that one's a really, really fun one. It's nice to like be a little flapper girl for a second.
Yeah.
So yeah, Romeo and Juliet, Chicago Nights. Come see them. Shut up and dance.
And what's really exciting about this spring season as well is that we are going to be taking these pieces overseas. It is really exciting. We're going to go to Germany. From my understanding, we're going to different places in Germany,
Yeah.
but I think we're staying in Germany
Yes.
because of the connections that Daryl has out there. But we actually booked our flights today. We all sat down together and we make sure that we were all going to be sitting where we needed to so that we could all get on the same flight to get to Germany. It was definitely quite the endeavor, but it happened successfully, thank goodness. And yeah, it's going to be really fun to go out to Germany. We're going to be there from March 17th to the 29th,
Yes.
which my birthday happens in that a lot of time.
And we are going to celebrate so
Yeah, we
in
are.
Germany.
Oh, yeah, we are. So, yeah, that's pretty much. Obviously, there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes. We run like galas and we have events and we travel and do all these other different things. So we definitely want to continue to go into in a grander scale what all of this looks like for us specifically as dancers, but also so that we can give you guys kind of an idea of what it's like to be one of us, just, for sake of transparency, so that we can kind of welcome you into our crazy world that we live every day. But for the most part, this is what a pretty typical episode of what the 3 of us will be doing while we're here. We definitely want to bring on a lot more guests and we want to keep, sharing experiences and continuing to foster the world that Odyssey exists in and kind of let you guys really see behind the curtain at who the wizard is and how everything works and everything like that. So obviously, please, if anyone's out there, please, let us know if you ever want to see anything from us. We would love to do a Q&A. We would love to have some kind of audience engagement aspect so that it's not just us, Key and Ned, we were hanging out at our house at 10 o'clock at night. So we can kind of make it a bit more, educational and more fun and entertaining for you guys. But overall, I had a blast. This has been real fun. How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel fantastic.
It's so fun.
Right?
This is such a serotonin boost.
This is exactly what I needed on my Friday night at 10 p.m. It truly is so beautiful. So, and with that, we never really discussed how to outro this. Yeah.
Would it be 1, 2, 3, 4, goodbye?
We need to come up with a new. So basically, we didn't really talk about this either, but our intro that we're going to be doing is we're going to say a specific amount of count with a specific cadence or rhythm to it each time so that we can continue to, build on our dancer agenda that we have. Today it was just 5, 6, 7, 8, but you never know what's coming next. So we'll keep working on it for you guys. We'll see what will happen. But other than that, it's been wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
So
Yeah. Oh, and my name is Ian, and you can follow me on Instagram at Ian Sabatine.
Oh, that's what.
And I'm Natalie Riggs at nat.riggs.
And I'm Athena Rogers at Athena Rose R. Roser.
Roser.
And that's it. Goodbye.
Bye.